This Nashville Predators broadcast is brought to you by Mercedes-Benz of Nashville. By Bridgestone. Your journey, our passion. By Fifth Third Bank. Stop by Fifth Third Bank to learn how you can be the seventh man. Fifth Third Bank. Member FDIC. And by Monroe Carroll Jr. Children's Hospital at Vanderbilt.
Welcome inside Bridgestone Arena. Predators and the St. Louis Blues here tonight. Predators so far this year having taken 2 of the 3 meetings. And let's take a look at our Toyota starting goaltenders for tonight.
Brian Elliott returns to the nets for the St. Louis Blues. He's 8-4-1. He is 1.82 goals against, .931 save percentage, a single shutout on the year. His last outing, believe it or not, was November 25. He was pulled after 34 minutes of work, injured in that one, but he stopped all 16 shots he faced from the Ottawa Senators. For your Nashville Predators, it's Pekka Rinne. Just 23 and a half hours later, he's 23-6-2 on the year, 1.88 goals against, .934 save percentage, 3 shutouts on the year for Pekka. He played last night versus the Blackhawks, stopped a season-high 38 in a 5-4 shootout loss versus the Blackhawks.
And so it will be Calle Jarnkrok to step in on the opening face-off against St. Louis's Paul Stastny. Anton Volchenkov back in for Nashville tonight, paired with Seth Jones as this game gets started. Barrett Jackman lofting the puck to center. Reeves comes over, attempts to put a hurting there on Volchenkov. Spinning out of the corner and taking it behind the net, Jarnkrok. Off the right board, Jones. Jones around Stastny. Jones carries and tries to flip out in front. Now a wraparound try, and Elliott is challenged very early.
That's the kind of hockey you're accustomed to seeing from the big kid. He's rumbling up ice. Wide drive, and he recognizes, I'm not going to get the near side lane. I'm going to wrap around. He uses that reach so effectively. Elliott comes around strong, and you can see him sealing it off well down low, but a strong play at the net by Jones. That's a tempo setter.
Yoshi tried, deflected away. Backus against Ribeiro. Overskated by Craig Smith. Here's Dean for St. Louis. Off the end board, Rinne shuffles it right back. Forsberg picks it up. Craig Smith starts out to center, takes the pass ricocheted to him by Forsberg, and then Smith fires it wide of the net. Weber deflected off the backside of the net, trying to shovel it out in front. Ribeiro, then poke check, and then covered right away by Elliott. Boy, they are buzzing around Elliott to make sure he is tested.
Good signs. Of course, 14 games worth of rust accumulates on Brian Elliott. Red's doing everything they can to test that. Puck is thrown down. It actually ricochets off Forsberg as he's coming around the back of the net. And then Smith stops at the battle, tries the short side stuff, unable to get it to go. Busy early, Brian Elliott.
Face off behind Neal, got to it, lofted it up as it deflects to the corner. Laterra for St. Louis. Tarasenko sends it out. This will be an icing on the Blues with 1:28 gone, allowing us to provide your 4 keys to tonight's game.
Pete, if it pleases you, 3 keys tonight. Speed in all 3 zones from the Predators. You got to play with pace. Whether you're defending, take away time and space, or attacking, attack with speed. 10 to Tarasenko, 22 goals on the year. Matt beats a career high. I don't think you need to say much more about that. Know where this kid is and lurk about the front of the St. Louis net. We're doing that already. Test Elliott in his first return to action.
Wilson carries behind. It's Ellis. Wilson comes out and backhands. Neal in pursuit with Laterra. Put it in front, but it's taken away there by the Blues' Ian Cole. Off the wall, given to Tarasenko, but offside in the process. Our injury report is brought to you by Vanderbilt Sports Medicine. for St. Louis. They have Carl Gunnarsson, Jaden Schwartz, and Martin Brodeur sidelined tonight. Nashville, Matt Cullen, newly acquired Mark Arcobello, and defenseman Victor Bartley. Arcobello, by the way, will be wearing number 26 here for Nashville. Leaning on that draw against LaPierre was Gaustad. Up the middle, off the stick of Gaustad, and right on net. Elliott sweeping it over to Pietrangelo. Coming up ice now. Steve Ott outside the line. And icing waved off as Lidstrom came in. Back out it goes, stealing it away. Gabriel Bourque breaking in. Bourque flooding it across. Good play. Coming back to break it up. Pietrangelo extending the body.
Pietrangelo makes a terrific play. Takes away the pass, the direct pass from Bourque.
Big shot by Lidstrom coming off the right side. Rebound played ahead. And that goes behind Jackman. Elliott gave it back that way. LaPierre comes up for St. Louis. There's the pitching wedge, and that just almost went out of play. Fans behind the penalty box were waiting for it. Backhanded in by Yarncroke. Beck goes after it. And it caroms behind Ryan Ellis, and this will be icing on St. Louis for the second time.
Talked about speed in all three zones. Battle won by Gabby Bourque, and then he keeps his feet moving, tracks it down. Again, Pietrangelo takes away the direct pass, forces Bourque into a spot deeper than he wants to be, of course, but a strong drive nonetheless. Plays like that will test the opposition.
Face off, fed back to the side of the circle. Here's Forsberg a try. That deflected wide. Volchenkov into the trapezoid. Ribeiro, no. And we have a stick chopped away, and hooking is going to be called here as the Predators' number one line was applying the pressure. We'll get the call from Justin St. Pierre, who will also work in Chicago last night.
Nashville 63 minute for hooking.
Back-to-backs for lots of folks.
Yes.
Here you see the Preds applying the pressure deep inside of St. Louis territory. And Ribeiro reaches in, loses a step on Cole. Little tug on Cole. Draws the hooking minor as a result. First man advantage for either club.
And St. Louis, the best power play in the league coming in. Almost 25% effective.
Speed draw won by Paul Gaustad. 57.8% coming into tonight. Good for fourth in the NHL. For reasons like that right there.
Steen from the point, missing to the short side. Going over on the wall, giving it back to Tarasenko. He's at center point now. Right side, Shattenkirk, the shot deflecting away. And the Predators are able to clear.
Terrific shot by Roman Josi. Shot blocked by Roman Josi. Steps up, catches it in the shin pads. It turns over, and Nashville's able to clear.
Sent into the corner, wide left. Icing is waved off as Oshie broke in. Stastny, Oshie. And that shot missing the net. Stastny tried to wheel it right back in front, no go.
Gaskin's trying a down-low play to Oshie in front of the net. Something like outside the net, and Oshie probably try to draw that back in. A little bit like we saw Colin Wilson do last night versus Chicago.
Josi hammers the puck, but not out. Oshie, half wall, feeds it back. Now it comes to Pietrangelo. Pietrangelo on the half wall, stepping up. Shattenkirk across, wide of Oshie, and almost kicked into the Predators' bench by Olli Jokinen.
That's a nice piece of penalty killing by Taylor Beck. He's pushing Shattenkirk on the left wing side, the left point side, and forces him to make a play he doesn't want to. Doesn't make the direct pass. Nashville clears.
Tarasenko broke in but lost the puck. And it's cleared as the penalty runs its course.
Terrific recovery by Jones. Otherwise, Tarasenko's in. Odd man rush with Otera.
No shots for the Blues on that first power play of the game. Volchenkov onto the left board. Held there by Patrick Berglund. Deflects out to the line. That shot blocked. Berglund picks up. And Rinne will cover up.
Coach Laviolette, Peter Laviolette, second in wins among U.S.-born NHL coaches. Spent his professional playing career in the IHL with Denver, the New York Rangers organization, as well as AHL, Providence Bruins. Ken Hitchcock on the other side for the St. Louis Blues, the 24th head coach in franchise history. Stints with Dallas, Philadelphia, and Columbus. Jack Adams, trophy winner, 2012 best coach of the year.
Shot deflected off the side of the pipe. And knocked down with a high stick. Quick signal. TJ Oshie.
Quick draw, one back. That's going to be wheeled right down to the net front as Oshie comes around the backside and he just sticks out his left foot. He's trying to redirect it towards the net front. Reset it to the other side, Rinne's right.
Jarnkrok against Steen. Monty Cameron, the linesman, lining him up. Loose puck. Played ahead, taken out by Beck. Beck got it behind Bouwmeester, goes for it in the corner. Deflected away from Jarnkrok. Oshie guides it out. Flip back toward Oshie. Up it came toward Beck. Good play for Pietrangelo, missing the net. Shea Weber's stick is caught up in Oshie. The Blues aggressively going back after it. Backes to the area toward the corner. Weber and Oshie. They're tied up. Oshie played it to the sidewall, and Backes threw it wide to the point for Barrett Jackman. Coming out from behind, and there's a one-timer by Steen. You heard it thump off the pad of Rinne. Carried down by the defenseman Pietrangelo. LaPierre with a shot from the outside. Gloved down by Rinne. 6:46 played here in the first period. Blues have outshot the Predators 3-2. It's 0-0.
Great chance for St. Louis. Backes in that spot. That's Steen in that spot. And then watch. You can see pass here, shot here. Watch Pekka Rinne's reaction. He can't pick it up till late. Sees it here. Flashes out the left pad. Remarkable reaction time. Show us in live time, guys. Looking for the puck. Sees it late. Reacts with the left pad and denies St. Louis. On his game. Redefining his game. He's so on his game.
Okay. Laterra has to exit. Berglund will take his slot opposite Mike Fisher. Fisher went ahead with it, and the Predators come out with it. Zella's playing in the middle. Across for Wilson. Wilson holds up, and that shot that off the stick of Chris Butler and fluttering out of play. 6:56 off the clock here in the first.
There you see Pekka's bounce back after a loss. Another thing that he has done exceptionally well this year. There you see his numbers, 1.31 goals against, .963. There's a serious bear down factor where this man's concerned.
That one deflected, so icing not a question here. Reeves with Volchenkov. That's a pretty good matchup.
Yeah, that is. A pair of heavy players.
Wow. Put onto the side of the wall and thrown low by Yasker. James Neal, the puck slid to him. Seth Jones up ahead for Colin Wilson. Nice movement of the puck. Good headman effort there. Ian Cole slows it down. The puck is chipped onto the wall and comes out toward Neal. Stastny can't play it cleanly. Volchenkov is back with the pass taken up by Seth Jones. Jones got some room to center red. Ian Cole turns with it for Jackman and came out high to Oshie. Returns to Jackman, back to the D into center ice. Steen deals it over. Off to the right. Oshie the shot. Driving to the net was Backus and couldn't get to the rebound right away. Oshie fed it in front. Shea Weber said, thank you very much, TJ. Off the boards, back to center.
Yeah, nice little piece of defensive work together. Ribeiro supplies the pressure. Shea in good defensive posture. Oshie makes a play he doesn't want to. Weber grabs it. Preds are on the move.
LaPierre on. Along with Ott and Lidstrom. Now it's Pietrangelo hustling back versus Forsberg. Ellis sees that. Stops Ott from getting it out of there right away. Leaving LaPierre around Jokinen. Jabbed at. Knocked down. And now the Blues with control. Olmeister to center ice and LaPierre. Ott. Passes it over. Lidstrom's shot was blocked. Gostad clears out the rebound. Ork coming in after it. And now Butler, the St. Louis native, fumbled the puck there for a moment against the pressure. Jokinen fires one right on, and Elliott will hold it with 9:14 gone.
Show you a couple of trends that have occurred so far this year, 2014-15. There's Nashville's record after a loss. They're first in the NHL. Subsequent to a loss, 11-0-0. St. Louis, third in the NHL with 14-5-2 record when they follow up a win. Next game after a win for St. Louis. Beat the Preds. Back to Nashville probably an hour and change last night.
Maybe an hour and a half almost, yeah.
After playing Colorado at home. Beating Colorado 3-0 in their own building.
That just wide of Pecorini, icing on the Blues. You got the text. And
we're swapping.
We hadn't rolled
messages.
out yet.
Yeah, swapping text messages with my radio color counterpart on the other side, Kelly Chase. Him to me, hey, it's 11:50. Just landed in the fair state of Tennessee, and we were still sitting on the tarmac back in Chicago IL.
I guess ex-Whalers stick together.
Well, the lines of communication remain open at a minimum.
Yeah.
And it's handy for moments like that.
Here is Ellis lining up a shot. Didn't get all the way through. Tarasenko. Now Berglund. Berglund trying to control it. Laterra pressured right away by Matthias Ekholm. Chopping at the puck there was Fisher. To the blue line, Laterra held it in, but just for a moment. Predators come up 3-on-2. Neal to the left, trying to gather around Shattenkirk, and the shot wide of the St. Louis goal. Pass comes out high and slid ahead by Butler. Blues in a change, Predators in a change. Ekholm then just skates behind the Nashville goal.
Halfway through the first period, Colin Wilson's a guy you focus on. He continues to show all kinds of pace in his game, playing at a high rate of speed.
Jackman got it out before Jarnkrok could get there. Steen spun around there. Here it comes left side. Cole's shot is blocked. Deflected out towards center by Nystrom. And it comes past Nystrom into the St. Louis zone. Steen back to the D. Juggled a bit by Ian Cole. Get it up by Jackman. Falling down and looking as if he got a stick up high. Having dropped his stick was TJ Oshie. Have to get a look at that if we possibly can. Nystrom tripped up coming across the line. His high shot gloved down and held by Elliott. 11:04 gone in the first. It is still 0-0 here in Nashville.
I'm down here with Ryan Ellis. Ryan, one of the things talked about before this game was turnovers. How do you feel you guys are handling the puck so far?
Yeah, it's been good so far. We're breaking out pretty well. I mean, they come with a lot of pressure, so we're making pretty quick plays and getting on the forecheck hard, and we're gonna have to do that all night.
And you guys had that early penalty, St. Louis having the best power play in the league. How important was it to get that kill?
Yeah, the momentum for sure. I mean, kind of swung in our favor there. Obviously, like you said, they had the best power play in the league, and if we are going to take penalties, we're going to have to do our best job to kill them.
All right, thanks so much, Ryan.
And here we are with play underway, and TJ Oshie carrying to the net. That shot goes wide to the short side. Scramble for the rebound. Philip Forsberg nudges it on out to the blue line. Steen shovels it low. Rinne, in turn, backhands it up the right board. Stastny and Craig Smith, and it's going to be a penalty here. Holding will be the call at 11:33.
Craig Smith doing a great job applying the pressure on the forecheck. Stastny's trying to hold him off. See the pressure here applied by Smith. He's looking to gain inside position and take a step beyond Stastny. A little bit earlier, TJ Oshie and Beck involved in a incidental contact. Beck trying to get his stick up and around Oshie, clips him right in the mush. Accidental or not, if the ref spots that, you're responsible for your stick. That's a high sticking minor. 2 at least. If an injury, 4. Taylor gets away with one there.
So the Predators are on their first Tennessee Lottery power play of the night. LaPierre and Ott, the penalty-killing forwards for the Blues. Blues on the PK not quite as proficient as on the power play. They are 25th on the penalty kill. Weber flings it in. Forsberg, Fisher, Neal up front. Fisher blocked the pass by Bouwmeester. And now Pietrangelo sends a skipping shot just past the glove of Rinne, wide of the net.
That thing hits the hash marks in front of Pekka Rinne to his left. It bunny hopped once, took a really strange skip. Fortunately, it's not on net. Rinne didn't have to deal with it.
Sent back down to the Nashville zone, and tumbling in to Neal was David Backes of the Blues. Yossi for Weber off his skate. Inside the line for Smith. And the Galloway linesman there trying to get out of the way. And Ott puts it into the Blues bench. Got a duck over there.
It's time for Hot Ticket Time, presented by Hunt Brothers Pizza. Let's ring in 2015 the right way. Purchase an upper-level ticket for the game on Tuesday, January 6th against Carolina, or Thursday, January 8th against Dallas for only $15 each. To order, call 615-770-7800 or visit nationalpredators.com/ticket time. Offer good through the end of tonight's game. Order now.
Off the right side, Wilson. Ribeiro to the line, and Jones kept it in. Ribeiro, the umbrella right here, decides to shoot off the pad at Win of Elliott. In the trapezoid, Colin Wilson. Onto the wall and starting it back up ice. Backhanding it into the Nashville zone, Pietrangelo. 18 seconds left on this Nashville power play.
The exchange between Ribeiro and Wilson we saw last night that worked on the Smith goal. St. Louis is conceding that. That pass is there. It'll be interesting to see if Ribeiro is able to exploit that.
So Berglund and Oshie on the PK, and there's a shot by Shattenkirk deflecting away. Power play is over. Predators got one shot on the St. Louis net. It's 0-0 still here in Nashville. Jackman, the keep-in of that shot through a lot of traffic, just fluttered wide. Steen the takedown. Battle for the puck in front of Rinne. Steen dealt it back, and not quite there, Chris Butler, in the opinion of the linesman. So the Butler didn't do it there. 13:58 gone in the first. He tried.
Did he ever? To no avail.
So
heavy game, this one. Seeing that, the early signs of this. Reeves moves up to the Stastny line, playing with Yashkin on the right side. You saw the counter to that, the answer to that. Nystrom, Järnkrok, Beck. Contact early.
Beck down the right side. The shot was blocked. Coming back on the play was Cole. Cole and Beck, what a battle. You talk about the heavy game. There's another yet example of it here. Weber settles it down. Järnkrok around Cole. Beck was thinking wraparound, forced out a little bit higher. And the puck taken away down the left wing side by Yashkin. Yashkin toward the net, but that puck deflected off Yarncroke. Fed out wide of Nystrom. There'll be no icing. Predators get a change. Quick pass up Tarasenko. His shot glove dropped and shoveled over by Rinne. Out from behind the net. Matthias Ekholm accelerating as he got to the St. Louis line. Going after it, Gaustad. Bourque back to the net. On the wall. Ellis there quickly after Oshie. And now Bouwmeester for St. Louis. Puck turned over just inside the line. Jokinen a shot. Glove down by Elliott. 15-18 gone in the first. Shots are 6-5 St. Louis. It's 0-0.
Would you believe the captain played 32 minutes last night against Chicago? You wouldn't notice it. Great job tying up the stick of TJ Oshie. A threat in front. Wins the battle. Great support down low from Yarncroke. A block on Cole. Cole's trying to get to the Nashville net. Turns the skate sideways, the captain does. Talked with Coach Laviolette about that today. Pete just kind of shrugged his shoulders. Yeah, what are you going to do about it? He's got to play through it. Yeah, he's doing all that. The captain came nasty tonight, came to defend tonight. You can see that in the early stages. 3 blocks to his credit. We haven't played a period of hockey yet.
Pass down, given back to Ribeiro, but tipped away from him. Jackman tried to clear. Held there at the line by Volchenkov. Blues clear the puck out. Yashkin. That will send Seth Jones to retrieve. Yashkin right on his keister there. Ribeiro took his time with the puck. Volchenkov returning to the lineup here tonight. He got in on the very first shift of the game and a regular shift thereafter. Ian Cole's pass to the Blues' left defensive side. Getting very tight quarters as the puck off the boards and held in. Forsberg shot just wide.
Turns and fires from well out. Just misses Smith at the far side.
Ribeiro giving it now for Ellis. His shot hit the outside of the pipe. Reeves, and now the puck rocketed off the right board for Nashville. Ellis low again, this time for Eric Nystrom. Ian Cole. Nystrom back in that tussle with Ian Cole. Who flips the puck right where Ellis keeps it and fired it wide. Turnaround try then by Nystrom off the side of the net.
Smart play by Nystrom to take it off the back wall. The Ellis shot, reel it right to the net. St. Louis net from a bad angle. Elliott's looked sharp. No rust on his game.
Collision right at the line, and that shot by Beck is gloved down by Elliott.
Here's the Nystrom. Great work down low underneath the St. Louis goal line. Puck works its way out to Ellis. And quick shot from Ellis. Like Eric Nystrom's instincts. Hey, I'm going to get this back at the St. Louis net before Elliott gets set. However, Elliott sealed off the short side very well.
A string of 4 consecutive on net for Nashville. Weber walking the line, and there's another one he can add to that.
Territorial advantage to Nashville through substantially all of the first period. We're just a little over 17 minutes played. A lot of time occupied in the offensive zone. Doing a great job of getting pucks at net. Now 10-6 shots in favor of the guys in goal.
We can take a lot from this reconfigured line tonight for Yarncroke with new partners, Nystrom and Beck.
You're going to push these guys more minutes. You want guys that can play heavy minutes for you. Yeah, that's a good call. That's offside.
Steen was, I don't think, more than a kilometer offside, but we'll see.
Of European descent, I think he had metric in mind as he's approaching the Nashville blue line. That may have contributed to some of Alex's confusion. Son of Thomas Steen, longtime NHLer, Winnipeg Jet, played against him for a good bit of my career. A solid career, Father Thomas.
Bouwmeester, his partner, Pietrangelo, winds it in. Came down high off the shelf, and there's Laterra with the try that was blocked.
Good block by Fisher on Laterra. Nice, tight coverage.
Berglund spins out of that corner, and off the boards flat to center ice. Tarasenko nudges in around Mike Fisher. Turns up on the board for Bouwmeester, and that glove down by Rinne. And yes, Pekka Rinne did have traffic right in front of the net, and that provided by Laterra.
Jori Laterra does a great job. He has been a great fit for Tarasenko, third-round pick from 2008. An interesting story. Buys his way out of his KHL deal so he can come over to play in the NHL and has really fit in well with these St. Louis Blues, the 27-year-old rookie. Again, a terrific compliment and part of the explanation as to why Tarasenko is establishing new highs as he goes.
Buck cried out by Josi. We got behind the play, Steen and Gaustad. Steen shoving back at Gaustad to play in the attacking zone. Off for Weber, he scores! That's the play. Make it 4-on-4. Gaustad and Steen jousting back to the Predators' defensive end. Take it on down, 4-on-4, and Weber gives the Predators a 1-0 lead. Think that was a way drawn up?
Credit for Gaustad with the indirect assist, but here's where the heavy work is done. Jokinen behind the net, turned over Gabby Borg, and then a great job. Weber senses the play developing, sees the feed coming from Jokinen, short side, over the shoulder. Look at the flex and the torque in that stick. Elliott never sees it because Borg's in front. Terrific feed by Olli Jokinen.
Yes. Number 7 for the Predators captain. This one at 18:05 of the first. Predators scoring on their 11th shot against Elliott, returning after 14, and an offside and a penalty being signaled here. Steve Ott, a disturber extraordinaire, being ushered to the box.
9 charge.
Steve Ott with the hit on Josi. Well after Josi has moved the puck. Josi essentially spinning away from the contact at that point, but this one comes at an inopportune time. Most of the rest of the period, well actually all the rest of the period, will fit inside that 2-minute minor, plus some will carry over, assuming no goal scored, but a great opportunity for Nashville with momentum.
Josi and Weber the blast, going for number 2, missing the net. Forsberg got it back on the half wall. Josi provides some room for Forsberg. He shot off the pipe! Oh man, Forsberg ran it right off the pipe. Josi for Forsberg. His shot blocked in front.
Hits Fisher in the stick, if I'm not mistaken. He never makes it to Elliott at the St. Louis net. 2 strong bids by Forsberg, first of which clangs off the short side post.
So Jokinen and Bork will get the assist. On Weber's goals, the Predators continue on this power play. Weber's pass came out across the line. Ott still serving his penalty. Wrestled away, Colin Wilson behind the back, and then some Harlem Globetrotters action here as that shot stopped. Rebound try, put in front for Smith, and then cleared down ice by TJ Oshie. And Pekka Rinne realized suddenly there's a no goalie zone there and wheeled back.
Good discretion exercise. A little better, a little more organized. Nashville's looking effective on the entry. Better job of establishing possession inside the offensive zone.
And time runs out in the first. Will be a 21-second carryover of the Ott penalty and that Predator power play into period number 2. Predators so far managing 1 official shot on net and have outshot the Blues 12-8 at the end of 1. Predators a 1-0 lead coming up the intermission. Mark and Terry from downstairs in our Mercedes-Benz of Nashville interview.
This Nashville Predators broadcast is brought to you by Bridgestone. Your journey, our passion. By Monroe Carroll Jr. Children's Hospital at Vanderbilt. And by your Middle Tennessee Toyota dealers.
Predators with a 1-0 lead. We bring you from the concession stand here to the broadcast booth, the top section 309. Pete Weber and Stu Grimson. And so the 1-0 lead, one of your keys, which we now revisit. And it was like from Mick, the trainer in Rocky. Speed.
One of my keys, the first of my keys, which may indicate to you just how important it is. Let's take a look at some of those clips. Speed in all three zones. We're going to see a bunch of that. Jones is on the hustle. Look at the big kid rumble wide. He recognizes he can't get the inside lane. St. Louis pushing out, but wraparound chance. And that's a great chance. Elliott had to be sharp to hold him at bay. Like the speed from Seth Jones. Here's Gabby Moore. Wins the battle for a loose puck, then he takes it wide. Now he's ultimately going to be snuffed out here. Strong defensive play by St. Louis. But again, you like that. He's building momentum for his group just by pressing. Forsberg does a great job on the forecheck. He's going to turn it over down low. Look at this. Solid contact because he keeps his feet moving. Play transitions to the other corner. Turnover. Nashville is rattling around in the offensive zone. Left side of your screen, that's Gabby Bork. Right side of your screen, that's Olli Jokinen. Now this doesn't happen. Bork turns it over, creates the turnover. It doesn't happen unless Jokinen gets down there providing second guy support. Able to spring it out to Weber. Great play by Weber. He bangs it over Brian Elliott's shoulder on the short side. Only score of the game so far. Preds up 1-0.
Skating late into that picture was number 28, Paul Gostad, and number 20, Alex Steen.
We got a little hung up in the play back in the other zone. Meanwhile, back in the St. Louis end, we harken back. Great play by Gostad, though. I mean, you make the point, Pete. It opens up the ice for everybody else. Weber gets to walk down unscathed and pounds it in behind Elliott.
So 8-1-1 when leading after a period. It's 1-0 heading into the second with 21-second carryover of the penalty on Steve Ott for charging Roman Josi. And underway now with that second period. Blues win the faceoff. See how long it takes for the Predators to get it back in the attacking end. Well, it cost them all the 15 seconds that you normally say with a lost faceoff. And that will do it for this Nashville power play, totaling one shot on net. So back to even strength. Josi's pass deflected in by Neal. Thrown off the pad. Nice tough angle shot by Fisher.
Guys love to take those chances. Again, goaltender.
Berglund's shot was blocked. The follow-up was smothered by Rinne.
Chance for the Blues on the attack, coming back off the Fisher chance at the other end. Initial play bid at the net is snuffed out, but the Blues push through rather. And here's Fisher on that bad angle chance. Again, tough angle for Brian Elliott. He's not able to control it in a way that he wants to. Bumps it out front. Fortunately for St. Louis, nobody there to pounce on it.
They will drop that all over again, get the play started. To the right side of Pekka Rinne. Backes pulls it, and the score! Backes got it back to Butler, and he ties it up with a shot from the left point. It's 1-1, 50 seconds into the second period.
Faceoffs can seem meaningless on a lot of nights. They can seem critically important on nights like this. Draw one back to Butler. Extremely clean. He wastes no time in pounding it back towards the Nashville net. You can see there by Rinne's reaction, he doesn't pick it up. It's well behind him because it comes through a sea of legs, sticks, bodies. Second of the year for Butler to tie this one at one.
So it's all started again. Deflected high by Reeves. Put onto the board. Yarncroke. And Volchenkov Taylor Beck got it out to center. Beck overskated it as it turns out. Stastny dumps it in. Rene off the boards to the corner. Stastny's pass. Nystrom curls back. Saw traffic on both sides. And Stastny from the Blues line is deflected back. And the Predators have to clear the zone as motion by Lonnie Cameron. Backus won the faceoff as Rene went scrambling for just a moment there. Otera to the net. Tarasenko's pass misses. Jackman centered. No one there for the Blues. Tipped out Forsberg. And the whistle here with 2:08 gone in the period.
Give you a chance to look at that goal. Another opportunity. Keep your eyes on that man right there, that Shea Weber. He's actually going to go out and front this draw off a lost draw. Watch Weber skate. He's going to turn him sideways. Butler's shot is going to ricochet off Weber's skate. Rene never picks it up, never sees it until it's behind him. Tough break for Nashville.
Ekholm looking. Tarasenko is right out there with him. Quick shot is flung by Neal and deflected and held.
Interesting kind of turn in momentum here. Nashville really played an exceptional first period. Built momentum throughout. Here's a good chance by Neal off of that half wall. Left of Elliott. But with that goal to knock this one at one apiece really has kind of chilled the atmosphere here in this building and on the ice. Important moment for St. Louis. Important series of shifts here for Nashville as they follow up a goal against.
Josi with a quick shot across off the stick of Elliott. Weber follows. Tipped right on and then over the crossbar. Ribeiro could not get to it. It's passed by Backus. Oshie carries out. Flattens up. Knocked back by Josi. Oshie picks up. Pass goes wide. Bouwmeester a try. Blocked, and now the Predators come out 3-on-3. Forsberg checked as he entered the zone. Oshie takes it back out. Lost it. Here's Forsberg again. Forsberg with a shot blocked wide for Trangelo. Forsberg goes after the rebound of that try. Jokinen came in, blocked the puck back to the corner. Forsberg for Jokinen off his skate. That shot flooded over to the side. Turning is Jokinen, and that goes up over the goal. Gort behind the net, and that shot goes wide as they tried that quick side-to-side play. Oshie on here with LaPierre. Volchenkov has the puck for Nashville. Olli Jokinen tearing up ice. Knocked down at the line, but then held in by Seth Jones. Bouncing puck at center. Gort breaks it against Butler, who tied this game up with that laser from the left point. LaPierre carries for St. Louis. Up and down she goes, right? And that shot taken by Jaskin blocked.
Great play by Ekholm to take away the shooting lane down in front of Jaskin.
Passed out by Gaustad. It's Ekholm carrying in. His shot goes high and off and into the corner. Jaskin dumps it in after taking a hit from Nystrom. Now Nystrom and Cole exchange not endearing terms. And the puck flipped in. Jarnkrok, Ian Cole from behind the St. Louis net. And the pass comes out and is taken down right wing side. Holding on to it now, and that goes wide of the net. Jackman came in deep for Reeves. Taken up the right wing side. Check there, trying to dig the puck away from Jaskin. Seth Jones looking up the middle, and it just deflected in just ahead of Eric Nystrom.
Nystrom not able to flag it down, but back pressure by Jarnkrok. He's able to punt it back deeper into St. Louis territory.
James Neal for Colin Wilson, who continued but without the puck. Predators get a change and very close to too many men.
I can't believe the call wasn't made.
Wilson with a shot off the stick of Elliott. Alex Steen doubled up on Lowe. And a whistle here with 5:33 gone, and they're holding up is Justin St. Pierre as if he were counting. Here comes referee Dan O'Rourke.
Saw the Preds, a number of players on the Preds bench.
Penalty bench minor, too many men on the ice.
The Blues just got called for too many men.
Well, that's a terrific reversal of fortune if you're St. Louis. Here you see the St. Louis right here. Stop it right there, guys. You've got 4 guys in that area right here. 5, 6, 7. I count about 8, Pete. By even my math.
But it's only one penalty.
By even my math. That's too many men. Now, the ironic part about that is Nashville, just seconds before on that same series, had 6 out.
Yeah.
Clearly 6 out and well out from the confines of the bench. Can't believe they weren't called.
Instead, Predators had their 3rd Tennessee Lottery power play of the night. Ribeiro's pass was blocked at the line. Seth Jones gets it. He peels back, and now Backus will peel off to the St. Louis bench. It's Berglund on with Oshie. On the board right side, trying to kick it down the board. Here's Ellis. Oshie couldn't get it, but then cleared on the Nashville net. Rene at first didn't look like he wanted to play with the glove or the stick, and could not make the decision.
He was trying to make a decision on can I quick up this, but actually a number of 2 St. Louis Blues penalty killers stayed out, preventing that quick up by Rene. Good discretion exercised by him.
Hot, held in Ellis. He'll send it back toward the net, deflects to the left point. Weber pumps it low. Josi comes on to join him. Ribeiro with Fisher low. Rene, and the puck rockets up over the St. Louis goal.
Shea buzzes the tower from the left point side.
Josi. That's deflected by LaPierre.
Good block by LaPierre on the Josi attempt.
Weber. Top left. A lot of traffic. The puck is shot at Elliott, able to handle the rebound.
Shooting lane opens up for Shea Weber. Backhand pass from partner Josi. Finds a seam. Gets it through. Look how quick Fisher wheels. He's going to try and pry off a follow-up opportunity. Brian Elliott does a great job of smothering up on this one. It's never far from his body. He closes down to force the face-off. Otherwise, saw Fisher in action prior to tonight, converting in that very way.
18 seconds remains on the too many men on the ice penalty. Sent back to Weber at the point across. Josi's one-timer blocked. Throws another one in that general direction. Fisher to the point, Josi. Forsberg for Weber. Weber just throws one on net, and Elliott able to stop it. 12:26. Power play is over. Predators had 3 shots on net. Unable to break the tie. It's 1-all.
Power play chances for Nashville. Similarities to both. Weber from the outside catches the feet from Josi, and then you're going to see Fisher wheels, jams, tries to bang it in behind Brian Elliott. And then right after, Weber gains the inside. Quick step to the middle. Not a heavy shot, but an effective shot. He gets all the way through. And again, Elliott forced to make another strong save and smother in the process. Love the work Fisher does down and around the St. Louis net front. Versus Philadelphia. Just after the break, played his 900th game, did Mike Fisher. That's a lot of hockey.
Is it ever? Puck is chipped. Ellis, good response to come back. Broken up. Here's Järnkrok coming on to the net. Goes Nystrom, but that shot is gloved down by Elliott.
Check out the all-new Lids Pick 6, starting at just $34 per game. This ticket package includes an autographed Shea Weber bobblehead, $20 Lids gift card, a 7th game for free, and more. Call 615-770-7800 or visit NashvillePredators.com/Pick6 to order yours today. Pick 6, number 6. I wonder if number 6 has Pick 6.
Well, he picked one corner earlier. Does that count?
Can only pick them one at a time.
Yeah, and that one, a little fluttering shot, gloved down. Predators very active, this group out there now.
Strong bid by Bourque. We'll give you another look at that. See it come off the pads of a St. Louis Blue. Drops in front of Gabby Bourque. He follows up. What chance?
Comes back to the corner. And Pietrangelo and the Blues will be charged with an icing. So back to the right side. Paul Gaustad. Predators will change up. The Blues are not allowed to do so.
Big assist on the Roman Josi goal last night. Paul Gaustad to open the scoring for Nashville. Pushes it to 1-0.
Forsberg, a quick shot. How that got all the way through, I have no idea.
I don't either. Wheels, turns, fires in a hurry. 22 shots. We have yet to play half of this game. Draw one back. Gosh, he's under all kinds of pressure, too. Tarasenko was closing on Forsberg. He finds a way to wheel that back to the net.
And after 6 attempts by Forsberg, that's the first that made it way through to. That's amazing. Backes and Pietrangelo. Steen. Trying to create some space to attack Rinne. Pietrangelo's shot is wide. Smith clears it out. But Pietrangelo there ahead of Philip Forsberg.
Forsberg almost knocked that out of the air. It would have been 2-on-1. He and Ribeiro against Pietrangelo.
That would have been like Giroux the other night here for Philadelphia.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Up the right side, angled toward the St. Louis line. Trying to come in and pull free. There's a shot by Fisher. And it comes off the chest and covered up. And Craig Smith, rather, getting the shot, but off the chest toward the shoulder of Elliott.
Here's what impresses you about this. He holds off. Back checker rather, from the outside. Tarasenko. Smith does and still manages a strong play at the net. Watch this. He's going to challenge Elliott. Upper short side. Just can't elevate to enough degree to get it over Elliott's inside shoulder. Strong play, strong piece of work. Holding Tarasenko to the outside, Craig Smith.
41 attempts on the St. Louis net now tonight by the Predators. 23 shots. That one heading for Reeves. To the point. Butler. He's the one who has the St. Louis goal, tying it up 50 seconds into the second period. Seth Jones holds it up, and Mike Fisher takes the puck away. Around James Neal. No icing. Put up the boards over the shoulder of Neal to center. Yaskin lays it out. Dasty, and a stick goes flying there as Reeves tried the shot. Put in by Wilson. Kevin Shattenkirk. Toward the Nashville line, tipped high and out of play. 10:08 gone here, second period. Predators and the Blues are even at 1. Shots favoring Nashville, 23-11.
Welcome back. Preds tied up right now with the St. Louis Blues 1-1, and I am joined by assistant coach Kevin McCarthy. Coach, right now, doubling St. Louis in shots. What do you feel your guys are doing well offensively to create opportunities?
Well, I think, first of all, we're checking very well. We really haven't given a lot defensively, and I think that generates time in the offensive zone, and I think we're doing a good job of just trying to get pucks at the net and trying to get traffic there.
And tied up here, you knew tonight was going to be a tight matchup. What do you feel St. Louis is doing well tonight in this game?
Well, St. Louis is a very structured team. They play the same game in, game out, no matter what the score is. So, they're a team. They're a very opportunistic team, and they look for turnovers. We have to do a good job of managing pucks.
All right, thanks so much, Coach.
Managing pucks. We're going to hear that a lot from coaches. Tarasenko with the shot penalty coming up here against Nashville. It'll be called here at 10:27 of the period. The long skate now to the referee's crease. Again,
National minor number 19, high stick.
Calle Jarnkrok flag for the high stick. Happens away from the play. You see there as the play's whistled down, it's Ellis and Ekholm fronting Tarasenko. Tarasenko making a play at the Nashville net. Ekholm with the block sends it up and into the net behind Rinne. Man advantage for St. Louis nonetheless, halfway through period 2.
Gostad goes down, and the faceoff pulled all the way to the St. Louis zone.
Well, that worked out just as effectively as a draw of 1.
Maybe better.
Loses that one. Tarasenko hard back to the point, right up the gap, all the way back to the St. Louis end.
Steen and Shattenkirk, the point men. Backus comes down the right board to Steen. Returning to Backus. Laterra lingering in front of the net. Backus turns, Weber right there with him. Steen at the point. Tarasenko cutting to the front, Backus. Shattenkirk straight away. Tarasenko, and that's tipped by Nystrom and out across the line.
Terrific play by Nystrom. Tarasenko's trying the diagonal play. Doesn't think Nystrom's within reach. He gets the stick out there, knocks it outside the Nashville zone. Here's the penalty on Jarnkrok. Battle for a loose puck at the wall. And the interesting thing about that, of course, Jarnkrok doesn't have control of his stick, but Jackman actually lifts the stick and brings Jarnkrok's stick back into his own. You can make an argument for both sides of that call.
Back for Ellis, and that tipped up into the netting. So the Predators getting a chance shorthanded. 57 seconds left on the Jarnkrok penalty.
Draw one back by Fisher. Ellis sees the shooting lane open up. Pounds it hard. It ends up in the back of the net.
Off the faceoff, pulled back to the corner. 55 seconds remain on the St. Louis power play. It's Bouwmeester carrying, going in deep and following. Ellis tried to slap it out of there, blocked. Ekholm. Wound up the boards. Good job with the keep in there by Yashkin. And now a shot just plucked out by the glove of Pekka Rinne. Hey, Preds fans, get closer to the action with Predators Live. It's presented by Nissan. Tune in for all of the pregame excitement and postgame analysis with Nashville's finest. Don't miss Preds Live. That comes up before and after the game on Fox Sports Tennessee. To the left of Rinne. Gostad falling down on it in the crease, and the puck just goes wide to Rinne's right. Out it comes for Nystrom. Tried to throw it around Steen, but it goes into the Predators bench.
5 seconds worth of breaststroke off the draw there for Paul Gostad, down on all fours. Scrape, scratch, and claw, trying to do anything he could but paw that puck back. Of course, that's a minor penalty.
but would perhaps get him an audition as a long snapper in the NFL. Face off outside the St. Louis line. Laterra and Gostad. Gostad is booted. And it was Nystrom who went against Laterra. Blues try to work it up as quickly as they can. At the line, fed over Shattenkirk. His shot off the stick side of Rene. Backus pressured. Still comes away. Shea Weber almost put it on his own net. That'll do it. 2 shots on net for the Blues. It's still a 1-1 game. Feeding it off to Pietrangelo coming down the weak side. Rene stops. 7:15 remains in the second period. Gostad angles it in. Bouwmeester pressured by Nystrom. Stolen away. Turning back with it, Jarnkrok. Jarnkrok curls for Volchenkov. Quick shot there by Seth Jones. And it is Oshie as they knock the net. The Blues knock the net off the pegs behind their netminder. Stopping the clock. 13-12 gone in the period.
Anton Volchenkov reinserted back into the mix. Missed 5 games with a lower body injury. Victor Bartley, in his absence, has done a terrific job. Turned in some great minutes, but you can appreciate the play here by Coach Laviolette. Heavy team comes to town. Volchenkov plays a heavy game, and we've seen plenty of contact. Reeves, Volchenkov tonight.
Quick shot. Elliott handles that very routinely. And now some pushing and shoving. Following the save. Hey, guess what? Steve Ott is there with Mike Fisher.
Surprise, surprise. Agitator extraordinaire. Doing everything he can verbally, physically, and otherwise to get anybody off their game. But pretty effective playing that type of game, Fisher.
For the National Hockey League's leading shift disturbers, Steve Ott. Off the faceoff. Jackman flips it over for Stastny. Here is Ott. And he got rocked in front of the Blues bench. Watch out. The puck turned over in the Nashville end, and now taken out by Wilson.
Good recovery by Jones.
Seth Jones' shot rebound, tossed right back out in front. LaPierre and the Preds steal the puck, turning it is Neal. Oh, and the rebound fluttered up, and Ott has it under control for the Blues. It's put up the wall. Ryan Ellis for Nashville. Ribeiro for Craig Smith in on net. Paddled away there by Elliott. Elliott looks like he wants to get involved with that stick. Here's a shot, tough angle, off his pad. Ribeiro for Craig Smith. Smith turning there. To the point. Set over. Yoshi's shot. That one was blocked, but Yoshi got it back. And now Steen ambles out. The stick goes flying there. Backus for Oshie. Returning to Backus. And the score by Oshie. The Blues take a 2-1 lead at 14:39 of the second. A lot of tic-tac-toe in that play.
Terrific play. Oshie and Backus together. You see those two guys overlap. Backus will collect it at the Nashville Blues, despite the fact that he falls. Back to Oshie. Oshie back to Backus. And then out the other side comes Oshie. And he's staring at a gaping open net. Rene completely fooled by the exchange. Pulls off the post. There you see Yossi sprawling. Oshie, no trouble banging that one to push the Surrey Blues to 2-1.
Beck tried to clear it out. Stopped by Laterra, and that shot by Tarasenko deflects to the corner. Berglund. As first, Ekholm fell down, recovers. He goes after Jori Laterra. And tipped up the board for Nystrom. Nystrom flips in. Beck stepped in underneath Pietrangelo. And we're going to have an icing here. Oshie with his 6th of the year from Backes at 14:39.
Key emotional dynamic to this one, Pete. Nashville has outplayed these Blues for substantially all of the second period, outshooting them by a pretty handy margin. Have had nothing, though, to show for it statistically. And then you see it there. The Blues come back. Backes to Oshie and bang one by. It'll be interesting to see. Jarnkrok's line doing its level best to get momentum swinging back the other way.
So that'll be Oshie from Backes and Butler.
It's a hard thing to defeat that sag when you have one go against you, having played that well for such a long stretch of hockey.
Nystrom bursts out with the puck. Forced wide, Shattenkirk. Jarnkrok trying to pick himself back up. Predators will get a change. 4.5 remaining in the second. Shattenkirk in from center. Rinne didn't know whether to wind his watch or not. Gave it right back to Reeves. And across for Stastny. Yashkin on him, Seth Jones. Reacting well to the play, Seth Jones for Forsberg. Toward the corner. And now Seth Jones. Ribeiro. Looking. Forsberg shot. And he scores! Forsberg ties it up at 16:03. They say no. Wiping it out.
This might get a look. In any event, it's a terrific play. Ribeiro will wheel it down to Forsberg, and Forsberg realizes he's got a little separation, and you know he loves to take it to the net.
So the review.
Yeah, the overhead angle. The overhead angle gives you a pretty good glimpse. Watch this. Here's the shot. Behind Elliott it goes. Some of it trickles over. It's not clear to me on that view. It's all got to trickle over, folks.
Right.
The entire puck has to cross that red line. And again, that shows you some, but did it all? That's the question. It's not the question I got to answer. It's the question Toronto has to answer.
And on the phone right now is Dan O'Rourke to the Situation Room in Toronto. The Forsberg. Pass tilted back for Brian Elliott.
Here's another look at the overhead. You see, Elliott can't make the clean stop. He realizes where it is. Oh, good work, guys.
Yeah.
And you know what? I think you can infer from that. The last look we see before Elliott's glove flashes over that puck is on its way over the line entirely. I think you can draw that inference even if you can't conclusively see that.
So they're going to take a look because it is so close. They will take their chance.
That's a tough angle to see because you can't appreciate where that puck is in relation to the plane of the goal.
That last look might be the deciding one or the determining one. Okay, we're going to get a call here.
Here again, we're going to give you another look at that. Drops over behind. And gosh, I mean, if it's not all of that puck, Pete, it is 19/20ths of that puck that crosses the line.
I'm going to go even further than that. I'm going to say 99 out of 100. But I think it was entirely over from the other shot from outside the net.
Yeah, I think right there you can see. Now, remember, the glove of Elliott is going to come in and obstruct that view. Takes a second for that to happen. In my best opinion, that puck entirely crosses the line. If you can't see that conclusively, directly, you can infer that from the way this play evolves. But I'll tell you what, it is a tight one. I've never seen it called this close.
They were ready to hang up the connection there, and I thought make a call. But now take a look at this one, folks, and you can see White between the puck and the goal line. That's the one you're going to have to look at because the one straight down is obscured by the glove. Now again, this has to be enough because the on-the-ice call was no goal.
Right, so you've got to have conclusive proof. It's a good point you make, Pete. Only conclusive proof can overturn the official's call on ice. And here it is. Ribeiro's going to work back up the wall. Then he's going to chip it down to Forsberg, and instantly Forsberg takes it there. And the reason he beats Elliott is because that first step, the shot comes quick, catches Elliott before he is set. And it's the reason Elliott struggles, can't contain it. Looks like the headset's coming off.
Now
we've got a call. What's your call,
Was
partner?
it conclusive or not?
Upon review of the play, the call is inconclusive by the video replay, so the call stands no goal.
Interesting.
We're going to take a look at it here. See if you can conclude something. Looks like White between the puck and the goal line. And now the score. Gabriel Bourque comes back. So instead of it's 16:03 to tie it up, it's 16:06. I think that's pretty conclusive.
Somebody derived a little motivation from that call against. See this draw one back. Bourque will follow through off the shot at the net. That's the Jokinen shot at the net. You can't draw it up any cuter than that. You can't put it together any quicker than that. Great play by Jokinen off the draw. Terrific play, Gabby Bourque on the follow-up.
3 seconds between those on the scoreboard. Many minutes in reality. Back to the Nashville zone. Bourque second. Barrett Jackman's pass through to center. Yuri Laterra as the Blues follow up with Laterra, Berglund, and Tarasenko. Ellis creates some room. Trying to flip it off the backside of Cole. Well, we've seen Bourque play very well the last 2 nights. Gostad gets the secondary assist. Just over 3 minutes remaining in the second. Ellis to center. Sent in. Colin Wilson. Butler and Fisher, and now Colin Wilson trying to get it in front for Neal. Blues take it away. Oshie and Steen. Steen's shot deflected off Josi. Don't you just love it when Roman Josi and TJ Oshie are on the ice together?
I love it with you having to try to sort it out. Get a little Jokinen in the mix there, too.
Yeah, there we go. But first, Colin Wilson. Butler onto the wall for Shattenkirk. 2:20 remaining in the period. Backus takes it in. That shot, Rene holds it. So 2:16 remaining in the period. Predators have tied it up not once but twice. Bourque counts. It's 2-2.
Big breakdown by the Blues on the last Nashville goal. Watch this guy right here. Gabby Bourque's going to navigate through traffic. Shot comes from the spot shadow. Olli Jokinen. Now watch Gabby Bourque on his way to the net. Left unscathed. Knife right by Bouwmeester. Picks up the loose puck in behind Elliott. Elliott makes the first save. That's all you ask of your goaltender. Pete, he has looked sharp tonight for a guy that has been absent. 14 games, lower body injury. I think he's looked terrific.
I have to agree with you there. Boy, not much more. There's a little scramble by the Nashville net. Yarncroke tries to lob it out, but it goes out of play. And there's going to be a delay of game here against the Predators at 17:54 of the second.
Nashville minus
Yarncroke
19, delay of
trying to
game.
make a play off the glass. He thinks he's got the tall glass, an angle on the tall glass. He misses it by a fraction of a pane. It catches the shorter glass, or clears the shorter glass, better said, and that's enough for the delay of game. And effectively, the rest of this period, assuming no goal against, Nashville will spend it with man advantage.
Steen trapped it on the right board. Backus hammers it on the wall. Gostad there with Yossi. Laterra to the point. Steen waits for it, and it deflects. And Gostad didn't get all he wanted because Laterra was on top of that play.
No, he didn't, but he presses the left point effectively and forces a play, a pass they don't want to make. That creates the turnover. Nashville clears only temporarily.
Backus shovels for Tarasenko. Backus off the board. Steen for Shattenkirk. Tipped to the corner. Weber over with Tarasenko, and now Backus tried to center. He did, right between his two-point men. One minute remaining in the penalty. 1:05 in the period. And it's cleared by Ekholm. Our score, 2-all. Pietrangelo carries for St. Louis. Then drops for Steen. Forward playing the point. Berglund tries to get in position. That is tipped. Knocked down and given here to Pietrangelo. Back of the net, right in front for Berglund, and that stopped. And the Predators managed to clear it off the glass. 16 seconds remaining in Yarncroke's delay of game penalty. Taken down by Bouwmeester. Ekholm in the corner. TJ Oshie sweeps it for Shattenkirk. Power play is over. Shot was blocked up. And now here's Yarncroke just out of the box. And he fires it high and wide to the corner as the period runs out. Oh, some drama there at the end of the second.
Yarncroke probably underestimates how much time he has because he wheels, he fires from well out. Breakaway from the blue line, whistles it far side, blocker side, misses the high side. Good chance, unable to convert.
Predators outshoot them 18-8 in the second, but this game is tied at 2 after 40 minutes. Stay tuned for our second intermission. So it is 2-2 as we head toward the third period. Does this seem familiar to you?
It does.
Tight game.
We are knotted. 20 minutes of hockey left to play. Game on the line. I'll tell you, this one has not disappointed. Talk tonight about lurking at the St. Louis net. Preds have done a great job of that. Got some clips to show you on that very thing. Weber will wheel it towards the net. It goes off Forsberg, and then Smith collects it off the back of the net. Strong play. Ribeiro follows up, and watch Smith. A second opportunity. I like the intensity. That action from first period. Weber's going to get one from the left side. Pounds it. Fisher follows up. He's stuffing, trying to jam it in behind Brian Elliott. Weber, similar chance, similar play at the net front. Together, Neal and Fisher trying to push it in behind Brian Elliott and then pay it all off with this. Jokinen sends it there, and that's a good bit of lurking right there. Gabby Bourque lurking, leaping, finishing. Gabby Bourque, that's an important goal. Comes at a very critical time in this one. Remember, just on the heels of a disallowed goal against Nashville, Gabby Bourque knots it at 2s.
So underway now with the third. Take it in left wing side. Reeves tried to center, swatted away disdainfully by Pecorine. Smith. Active stick there for Reeves. Now pull. Deflected towards Stastny. Reeves put the hit there on Jones. Ribeiro sends it dribbling into the zone.
Coach Hitchcock has started that Stastny line. Reeves on the right side.
Backhander there by Wilson. Just off Elliott. Now one tipped wide from the point. Neal draws a penalty here as he gets pulled down. So Jackman will go off for tripping.
Strong play at the net to get things started. That really gets the St. Louis Blues scrambling. You're going to see this chance from a bad angle on the backhand. Just misses far side, but look at St. Louis is kind of in panic mode. Nashville pouring on the gas. Forced to haul down Neal as Barrett Jackman. Stick inside. Upsets Neal.
Here's their fourth opportunity on the Tennessee Lottery power play. Weber, quick shot blocked. Forsberg throws one on the net off the pad there of Elliott. Forsberg. He was the one denied the goal in the lengthy review. In front for Fisher. Picked up by Neal. And that one is tipped up into the netting.
Drops right on Neal's stick at the right side of the net. Another strong bit. Weber has been pounding away relentlessly all night from both points. Big save by Neal. Sorry, by Elliott. And then Weber again from the other side. Fisher doing a great job in front.
Yossi on the return pass from Weber. Gets in, and then off the glass to port off the Zamboni door. And sent down in the Nashville zone.
Might have been the best stretch of hockey we've seen Nashville play on the power play. Lots of good looks. 3, perhaps 4 great chances. Just can't get it to go.
Fisher angles it in for Forsberg. Pull, pressured by Neal. Berglund came there. They get the puck to Shea Weber. Yossi with the blast, broken up, Shattenkirk, and he will clear it into the Nashville end. Now Ribeiro on. Here comes Smith. And the backhand it in. Wilson. Here is Seth Jones to Ryan Ellis. Ribeiro. He has Wilson down in front. High slot. Smith. Smith returns to Ribeiro. Smith shot. And that one broken up in front. Colin Wilson for Ribeiro. He's able to get it to Seth Jones, who walks the line. Ellis, tough angle, tipped right on. And Elliott makes the stop. 4 shots on net for Nashville on that power play.
Ribeiro denied on the far side. Then he's going to wall it over. Jones over to Ellis. Now you're going to see Ellis play it down to the front and a redirect from out in the mid-slot. That's Craig Smith. Look at that. Great screen in front. Elliott tracks with it, makes a strong save. That's a nice piece of power play work by Nashville.
Predators trying to continue with the pressure. Steen has to curl back, returning to the D-man. Chris Butler. Butler, the former Calgary Flame. Tarasenko went wide there of Backes. Picked off at center, Tarasenko. He comes bursting in, and his pass just escaping David Backes. Shattenkirk as the Blues regroup. Berglund turns on Jarnkrok. Yossi gets the puck, slipped it out to center. Jackman flings it in. Apparently, Eric Nystrom got a shot up around the face. He stays on the ice. Yossi now, it's Jokinen. Jokinen, backhander. Real trouble with that for Elliott. He got help there from Bouwmeester. Laterra. And given now for Ryan Ellis, who starts it up ice. Blues on a change, and offside Nashville coming in trying to take advantage of that change. Tonight on Fox Sports Live on Fox Sports 1, the college football playoff is only days away, and our insiders are in Los Angeles and New Orleans with the latest on the upcoming semifinal games on Thursday, plus breaking news from the NFL on who's playing and who isn't, and of course highlights from across the NBA, NHL, college football, and college basketball. Reeves chips it in for St. Louis. Rene up the wall. Forsberg knocked it down. Seth Jones tried to take it out, reaching for the puck both sides, and up beyond the Nashville net. Philip Forsberg, and the puck is stolen, and Stastny with a shot, stopped by Rene. Askin got dumped. Volchenkov for Nashville. LaPierre tried to get it in. He did, but the Predators quickly responded. Now Colin Wilson tipped it ahead. Comes in right wing. Forces it in on Butler. Comes out to the side of the net, and Elliott knows the best thing for him to do right there is cover that thing up. Get a stoppage with 5:07 gone.
Nashville buzzing yet again. Philip Forsberg catching a breather between shifts. An assist, 5 shots on net, 17 minutes of work against the Chicago Blackhawks last night. He has had points in now 24 of 36 games for Nashville. 10 total shot attempts tonight. Refuses to let his foot off the gas, young Philip.
To the left side of Elliott. Weber as Neal cuts to the net and deflected it with Fisher right in front. And Elliott holds on. So that's the idea. Win the face-off, get traffic to the net, get the shot.
Fisher draw one back. Weber again continues. Gosh, great job picking that up by Brian Elliott. It comes directly through the legs of Mike Fisher. Sealing off down low. Elliott's able to spot that. Save it, smother it.
Back to the defense. And up the wall for Steve. Stopped at the Nashville blue line. Fisher, then Neal, and Jackman's pass right side for Oshie. Colin Wilson sends it back out. Picked up by David Backes. Dumped in, Steen on an offside. You heard delayed. Fisher comes ahead with it. His wrist shot, and that one off the chest and then covered by Brian Elliott, the Wisconsin product.
Strong bid by Fisher. He's out of options as he gains the opposition line. Throws it at the St. Louis net. Brian Elliott again smothers. Not a lot of secondary opportunity bouncing off of Brian Elliott here tonight. 8 points in his last 8 games. Mike Fisher has been a huge addition to this Nashville lineup since returning to the mix after that long-term ruptured Achilles injury.
Yarncroke goes on the left board. Taylor Beck turned and got position on Butler. It's Nystrom digging the puck up. Ellis. Now Ekholm. Yarncroke in a collision with Berglund. And Laterra ahead. Broken up the line by Ellis. Turned back over Shattenkirk, and he'll dump it in. 6:20 played, third period. 2-all the score. Predators out shooting the Blues 38-17. The long out for Jokinen. They wipe out the ice in the hustle. Jokinen, and the pass almost got through to him from Bourque. Bourque battles. Jokinen joins in with Jaskin. Seth Jones let it go. Gostad. Volchenkov the blast. Oh, a huge crash against the pad of Elliott, who spins around in his goal crease as Stastny carries in, but offside the Blues. 6:59 gone, third period. Predators in St. Louis even up, 2 goals each. We talk about Central Division scraps and how tight this is, folks. Here, the standing as we entered play tonight. And Nashville, 3 points back of Chicago, 2 in front of St. Louis. And Winnipeg, just another 2 points back.
Winnipeg refuses to go away. Not much separation between those teams. Note for Nashville, though, just in terms of games played. Games at hand on everybody around them, above and below. So you like that? You got to win them. That's critical, of course. But Pete, you'll roll your eyes when I make the comment again. I'll tell you what, anytime. Nashville, St. Louis, Nashville, Chicago. 2 instances here and last night. I feel like I'm watching a playoff game.
Yeah, you are. Because as tight as this is, everyone is a battle to get to where you want to go.
You got to earn the space you create. You really do.
Butler's tipped in by Ott. Off the inboard, Lidstrom couldn't get there. Bork backhands it out. Here's Olli Jokinen. Drop back for Seth Jones. Jones got 3 there of Lidstrom. And now turns with the puck. Seth Jones. Gostad a shot. That one was high and not controlled. Forsberg, Jokinen, and that one is controlled by Elliott.
Be a part of a unique experience by entering the Design My Rally Towel contest presented by AT&T. Entries must be submitted by January 25th, and voting on the top designs will begin on the 27th. The winning rally towel will be given to all fans April 4th when the Preds take on the Stars. Visit NashvillePredators.com/rally towel to start designing your towel today.
To the right side of Elliott, who's working with the mask. They are over at the St. Louis bench. He is not trying to revolutionize things.
No, he's not. He's not trying to do that at all. I will say this. He's probably getting a snap repaired. Short side attempt off the stick of Paul Gostad just as we shut this play down. Jokinen makes a great play over to Gostad. Gostad challenges Brian Elliott on the short side. May have caught him up in and around the chin or the cheek part of that goaltending mask, and sometimes those little plastic snaps will bust on you. You quickly need to replace one of those so you can fix the headgear back to the head and play resumes.
You know how long that would take me to replace at home? I mean, this is amazing how quickly they get back out there.
It's like changing tires at the NASCAR pits. These guys know what they're doing, Pete.
Yeah. Ian Cole. And the pass was knocked down by Ribeiro, and the Blues will be charged for icing here. 2-all, 7:50 played in the third period. Each team playing back-to-backs.
Last night, Roman Josi had a goal. He had 8 shots on net. That's a career high for Roman Josi. Time on ice for him. Average time throughout the year, 26-23. He's 5th in the league. Logs big minutes for these Preds.
Backus didn't get it out. Steen does. Oshie chases down Ribeiro. Roman Josi, and now Philip Forsberg. Got it to Craig Smith. Smith cuts across. Ribeiro looking for an outlet. Weber, quick shot. Past the number of players. There could be an icing, or rather a tripping call here as TJ Oshie got spun around. So 8:20 into the third period. Predators are going to be a man down as Forsberg has to take a seat in the box.
Nashville minor penalty number 9, tripping.
Tripping is the call against Forsberg. We'll give you a look at it here. Around the back of the net comes Forsberg. Just sticks out his leg. Oshie is looking to play that puck. Bounced just in between his feet. In fairness to Forsberg, I think he's trying to play that puck. Catches Oshie's leg. Tripping is the right call.
Power play 4 for the Blues. Shattenkirk for Steen. Steen, good keep in. Played back to him. Shattenkirk pulled that one-time attempt down low in the corner. Laterra And now it's Tarasenko. The blast by Steen comes out to Tarasenko. His shot stopped. The rebound was right there, but taken away, and the Predators break up ice. Short-handed. Josi to Weber. He scores! The Predators get their first short-hander of the year and take a 3-2 lead at 9:02. Weber's second goal of the night, his 8th of the year.
There's a couple of things going to strike you about this one. One is shorthanded opportunity. Two is a pair of defenders are headed up ice on the attack. Great feed. Josi over to Weber. Weber, far side, makes no mistake. Blowing it over the shoulder. Blocker side. Brian Elliott. That's a big goal by the captain. High drama yet again. Central Division matchup.
So the Blues still have power play time to try and tie it back up. Get out toward the line. Olmeister bounced off his stick. Yaskin sent it back to Pietrangelo, who couldn't hold it in.
Bouncing puck back to Pietrangelo. Fisher tries to get a piece of it. I don't think he touches it, just bounces over Pietrangelo's stick all the way back to the St. Louis end.
Weber from Josi. Short-handed at 9:02. Olmeister. Pietrangelo's one-timer blocked. Rebound try there by Yaskin. Puck stays alive. Olmeister at the line. Pietrangelo trying to throw it across in front. Yaskin given back wide of Oshie. Pietrangelo shot. Rinne will pull in the rebound. What a turn of events.
Great save by Rinne. Great instincts to smother Rinne, because the St. Louis Blues are threatening. Pounded at the net from just above the top of the circle. Pietrangelo, great save. Rinne, and he recognizes all kinds of white jerseys. Josi with the great feed over to Shea Weber. Weber, wrister, far side over Elliott's right shoulder.
Standing ovation here at Bridgestone Arena. Power play is over. Each side had 2 shots on goal. Predators got a shorthander. Weber from Forsberg will serve the penalty. 3-2 Nashville. Deflected in wide. Boy, bodies are flying all over the place. Nystrom taken by Shattenkirk. And brought back up by Jori Lehtera. Tapped out to center ice on him.
Strong play by Seth Jones. Holds the Nashville Blue, causes the turnover. Lehtera.
Rinne stops it for Seth Jones, who accelerates. Pietrangelo inside the St. Louis line, using Olmeister, his partner. Olmeister down the left wing. James Neal has it. Paddles it off the board for Fisher. Fisher, tough shot. High off the glass. Backus with the high rebound. Turn back inside for Fisher. Fisher in the trapezoid. Help from Colin Wilson. Pietrangelo onto the board. TJ Oshie. He comes out across the line. Oshie jumps around Weber. Shoulder to shoulder they go. Boy, Pietrangelo in deep. The defenseman for St. Louis and deflected away from him. No icing here.
Pete, you and I are watching 2 teams that played last night, but you'd never know it. Hammer and tong, they go at it out there. This is great hockey.
Flipped off the wall. Järnkrok breaks in. Shouldered out of the play by the veteran Jackson. Stastny for Yaskin. Yaskin a shot. Rebound given up in front. Järnkrok got there to keep it away from the Blues. Lindstrom created some room there for Stastny. That shot stopped by Rinne. Stastny tries to pick it up. Lindstrom can't get the stick free. Muscle on stick there. And now Seth Jones starts the Predators out Wide of Taylor back. Jackman puts it back in the Nashville zone.
Smart play by Taylor Beck. Recognizes there's a crowd, strong side. He goes out the weak side to Jones so Jones can evacuate. Jones just can't find Beck down the far side. Otherwise, the Preds are back in the St. Louis zone.
Ward chips it in from the front of the Blues bench. Butler's pass around Jokinen. Ellis at center. Here's Butler again. Tries to almost breaks in Laterra with an unintentional feed. Jokinen behind Bork. Somehow he found it. I don't know how, but he did. And then Jokinen fanned as he came to the blue line.
Remarkable pickup by Gabby Bork.
Tarasenko just wide as he created something yet again. Olli Jokinen starts it out with Bork. He backhands it in. Predators go off for a change. 6:20 remains, and Elliott almost gave up the puck behind his net. Ribeiro was there. Forsberg down the right side around Steen. His shot bounced out high. Rebound try! And back on his keister goes Brian Elliott. 13:53 gone in the third. The Predators provoking a standing ovation. They have a 3-2 lead on St. Louis, outshooting them 43-21. As we return, the standing ovation that has erupted here. Predators up 3-2. We're joined now from the bench by goaltender Carter Hutton. Carter, quite the electric night here.
Yeah, that was a huge penalty kill for us, and obviously getting a shorthanded goal is humongous. It's a huge play by Josi getting up the wall, and you don't see that too often. Two D-men jumping up the play like that, and you give Weber the puck from in there. He's not going to miss too often, that's for sure. And Pex with some huge saves there to keep it 3-2 here for us.
Carter, your captain, played 32 minutes against Chicago last night. No signs of any fatigue in this game. I would even make the remark, this may be the best game he's played this year.
Yeah, he's been electric. Sometimes having the back-to-back games, you can flow right into it. And he's takes such good care of his body. He's such a physical. He's got a lot of beef to him, that's for sure. And he's using it up tonight.
Never mind the way he's playing in the offensive zone. I've loved the way he's defended as well tonight.
Yeah, St. Louis is a team we definitely need him against. They have a lot of big bodies. They play a heavy game. Compared to Chicago, it's a little more offensive, where St. Louis has some big bodies coming at you line after line. And, that's definitely where we use Shea and, to download, bump guys off pucks and get things out. And in front of the net, he boxes out so well and gives, goalies a chance to see the puck, which is huge.
And Carter, they seem determined from the face-off to play an extra heavy game tonight.
Yeah, I think that's kind of their mindset against us. They really try to lean on us, and because our game's more of a speed and skill, and we cycle down low and force turnovers coming down the wall, and that's what we've adapted well to what they do. And it's kind of a battle every night. You're playing different elements each team, each game you face, so you have to kind of adapt.
Carter, from a goaltender's perspective, real quick on Brian Elliott. He's missed 14 games, but gosh, he looks sharp, no?
Yeah, he's been sharp. I thought early on maybe a couple pucks were coming off, but I thought he settled in so well. We got 45 shots on goal here in the third. That's a busy night coming back, and sometimes that's almost better, getting a little more shots, getting yourself right into it. But that's always our motto, getting pucks to the net. When we generate a lot of offense, we have a lot of success.
Thank you so much, Carter, as Pecorini makes that save on the back end about Pietrangelo. We appreciate the visit.
Hey, thanks for having me, guys.
All right, Predators up 3-2. 5:12 remains in the third period. And what a battle this has been, and let's again reinforce, too. Again, this group, there's two teams here, both of whom don't look like they played last night.
No, they really do not. And I'll tell you what, to me, a pretty impressive turnout, these Nashville Predators. Pete, there are not many teams that can amass 45 shots on the St. Louis Blues. I don't care how many nights consecutively you've played. That's a pretty impressive body of work. And I'll tell you what, a lot of them have come off the stick of that man. Shea Weber has been incredibly busy tonight.
And as of now, that's 85 shots in 2 nights for the Predators. And offside as the Blues break in. 15:03 gone. Third period from Nashville, and the Predators in front of St. Louis, 3-2. It's performance moment brought to you by Bridgestone. Bridgestone, your journey, our passion.
Defense partners are on the move. Josi digs it out of the pile. Short-handed over to Weber. Weber making no mistake about it. Far side. Blasts it over Brian Elliott's blocker side. What a terrific shot. Weber has been bombing away from all quadrants of the offensive zone here tonight. 6 shots on goal. I had him at 2 misses after the first 2 periods. He's been busy.
Craig Smith comes on. His shot. That takes off and well out of play.
Again, the captain, a impressive body of work last night. 3 hits, 4 blocks in 32 minutes of work. Again, that game went to extra time. And he has shown no signs of fatigue here tonight. We talked about this with Carter, Pete. I've liked him in the defensive end as much as I've liked him in the offensive end.
Would you suggest perhaps flying out to Los Angeles right after this game and playing right away tomorrow?
I'm for that.
Pietrangelo couldn't get his shot underway. So the St. Louis D really have been activated here tonight.
Yeah, they'll come hard. Under 5 minutes remaining. It's a talented group back there.
Steen, quick shot, deflected wide of Rene. Bouwmeester will try one. Deflected on, and Steen cannot handle the rebound and bounce behind him.
Partial block of the Bouwmeester attempt. Taylor Beck, but it still leaks through to the low slot in front of Pekka.
And now 4 minutes remaining in the third, and the Predators lead 3-2. Down the right wing side. Jaskin follows, can't get to it. Rebound comes out high. Here's Colin Wilson, 1-on-4. And that shot results in one just dropped by the goaltender, Elliott, for his team. Volchenkov. And now Wilson put it in, rolled it around left side to right. Butler. Tip from center. Blues go to get a change.
Good game management for Nashville now will consist of keeping pucks away from high-end players on the St. Louis side and playing as much hockey as they can in this area, down underneath the goal line, certainly in the offensive zone. Never make a play on a 50-50 chance. Eat it, keep it deep if you can. You'd rather play 200 feet from your net than try to capitalize on something.
Oh, Tarasenko springing Berglund. Nice response by Ekholm.
Great job to regain inside position, Matty Ekholm. Otherwise, Berglund's in a pretty good spot.
2:40 remaining in the third. Tarasenko curls up the right side. Laterra lost it. Here's Jarnkrok. Jarnkrok holds on, getting down to the half wall on the right side. Beating Fisher. Fisher for Jarnkrok, and that one blocked away. Josi fires it back in. Predators get a change. The Blues would love to get possession in the Nashville end so they can get Elliott to the bench for an extra attacker. That worked for Chicago last night, but Shattenkirk's pass was blocked. Wilson comes over, nudges the puck over, but then it's floated up the center. Get back down. There goes Elliott to the bench. Extra attacker on with 1:47, and the shot goes wide.
Wide and around the far side. St. Louis can't settle it down.
So the extra attacker on for the Blues. Hey, Saturday the Predators will be on Sports South as they go west. We had mentioned that earlier, taking on the defending Stanley Cup champion Los Angeles Kings. And Central Time, it's a special 3 o'clock matinee matchup. You can catch all the action over on Sports South. The timeout here with 94 seconds remaining.
Brian Elliott has boots on the ice. We've got a face-off in front of the Nashville bench. That may prevent Elliott from exiting the St. Louis net, at least temporarily, until St. Louis can conclusively occupy the Nashville zone. So that'll be interesting to watch develop. But Coach Hitchcock burning his time out here to make sure his group's got a good sense of how this is all going to come together. And terms of who needs to be where. Off a one draw, off a lost draw, and then certainly talking about what we're going to try and accomplish once St. Louis, if St. Louis can occupy Nashville territory with Elliott Bull.
So you see Elliott, he is ready if the Blues win the draw. And now they do, and he heads to the bench. And now with 90 seconds to go, the Blues again, the extra attacker. Flipped out to center. Diving after it. That was Tarasenko. Prevented Yarncroke. Weber flips it over toward Wilson. Pietrangelo has to take it off the wall. Tarasenko. Blue line. Backus goes to the front of the net. Taken away now by Yarncroke. And he does the smart play. Smart and softly.
Yeah, he's in good defensive position. Number one, he turns that puck over, and then a little chip to get himself deep so that he, Wilson, etc. can rotate out for fresh legs.
Ellis got it around Pietrangelo. That will go wide. And with Shattenkirk coming back, the icing is whistled with just under 36 seconds remaining. So in this situation, Predators cannot change up. The Blues may if they so choose. And we will have our post-game edition of Predators Live as the Predators take their time out here after that icing call.
You see the tactic there, Pete. The call from the bench did not come immediately. Didn't come until the officials are pushing players over towards the draw to reset it after the icing. Reason being, Coach Laviolette and McCarthy are looking to extend this stretch of time for as long as they can. One, they want that group on the ice because they've been on the ice and are forced to stay on the ice. They want to rest them as much as they can. And then, of course, spend the opportunity, the 30-second timeout, to discuss exactly what Coach McCarthy wants to see achieved off the draw to Pekka Rinne's right here. 35.8 seconds remaining in the third period with the game on the line. 3-2 Preds.
But as a very small board of the rink there that Kirk Muller was working with, hope they all could see what he had diagrammed. To the right of Pekka Rinne. It comes over to the side wall and is sent back to Shattenkirk. Quick shot, tipped up high to the corner. Rebound in front! And then pulled away, out of there, right away by Ekholm. So Matthias Ekholm, big play. Shattenkirk, his stick breaks from the left point. Puck came toward the net again. Now it's Stastny, forced wide by Ellis. Oshie with the shot, deflects to the corner. 6 seconds remain. Oshie, Tarasenko, broken stick dropped, and that will do it. Predators defeat the St. Louis Blues here tonight by a final of 3-2 in regulation.
Forced to battle right to the very end. And I'll tell you what, a testament of the confidence that Coach Laviolette has in Colin Wilson. He's on the ice for substantially all of the last minute and change, doing a great job. And you see there, in the dying seconds of this third period, 3-2 Nashville. A couple of huge blocks by Wilson to keep St. Louis from tying this one at threes.
Shots in the third, 17-12 Predators, 47-28 for the game as they beat the Blues here tonight, 3-2. Stay tuned. Our post-game Predators Live coming right up.